Hi Pisces. First of all, I want to thank all of you for your blessings, for the new life within me. Very excited. At the same time, there's so much that comes through when those important events happen in our lives. There's fear, there is, wanting all of it to be healthy and wanting to be the most enlightened, awakened person I can be, right? When this responsibility comes and then there's the thinking in the future and how things will be, and all of those triggers are very interesting, right? On our spiritual journey practice. And so definitely this has been deepening me when it comes to who I am and who I want to be truly, the best person I can be. And I feel that this life is about that. Truly, it's about just becoming the best version of ourselves and the highest versions of ourselves, especially in this tumultuous, beautiful, miraculous, magical time in our collective. So I want to thank all of you for your patience. And yes, the website that I told you about that is going to be up, it has been delayed because of technical issues and the payment page that still needs to be completed. But all of it is pretty much ready. So I just want you guys to know that it's pending. Hopefully sometime this week I'll be announcing that the link will be in the description, and you'll be able to browse through it and see everything that we offer here in Peru and also online actually. And that has to do with, coming to Peru to connect deeper with ourselves and with nature. And so you get to experiment the vortexes, the energetic places, sites, sacred temples of Peru, but also, plant healing if you are in need of that. Ayahuasca especially, that I talk a lot about in the healing section. There's also a page that is spiritual guidance, that is all my services. And also you'll see there are mystical Indian ceremonies that have to do with only energy healing and also offering. So it's very powerful intention setting, which actually intention is coming through today very strongly. And as you know, this year is about manifestation. We're almost into March and things are going to start moving. You're going to see that. We're getting into a new moon in Pisces, in our own sign Pisces, in a week, next Monday, 20th, I believe. And that's going to have to do with our spiritual integrity, truly what we need to leave behind internally so that we can move on to the future, to the new. And Saturn is going to be affecting Pisces very strongly. Saturn has to do with, it's like the father, it's like pressure cooker. And in our own sign Pisces, definitely demands that we truly align ourselves with the divine. And that's truly what we've been doing, Pisces. But now there's no excuse, if there were any excuses before. We just have to keep demanding ourselves. Our focus, our concentration needs to internally be so clear that this discipline, Saturn has to do with discipline, allows us to move to this highest version of ourselves and into loving compassion, which is the highest version of Pisces, which this sacrifice that we often talk about in Pisces, it has nothing to do with victimhood or martyr, becoming sacrificing ourselves for other people or being a victim, all those truths are going to be coming up so that we stand strong. This has to do with strength. Loving compassion has to do with getting into your high heart, the ecstatic bliss that we often talk about on this channel. It has to do with pure love, true love, and letting go of all attachments of victimhood, that we are now the powerful manifester, that we merge with the divine. And I don't know if I will call this video that, but what came through very strongly is this affirmation that perhaps you can tell yourself, but it's not really telling yourself, it's feeling it in your heart. As much as you want during the day, at night, whichever. I am divine presence. But you have to feel it. It could be other words for you. Something that you feel that propels you beyond your own little you, right? Where you enter the temple invisible. Prayer. I hope you can see with this light. Enter the temple invisible. Definitely this Pisces energy. By the way, I just did want to tell you about the situation in Peru. Machu Picchu is actually reopening officially this Wednesday. So things are going to start moving. The situation politically is still unstable, but it's definitely opening up. So like I kind of predicted, things like in April, May, definitely June and beyond, is going to be good. Really, truly, Peru is making an effort to, reopen the doors to, the world. And obviously, everything happens for a reason. I think in the world, in many countries, there's so many tragedies that we are seeing, the light is being put onto the media, onto the governments, onto the status quo, and how things need to shake up and change, right? So unfortunately, when there needs to be a change, there has to be destruction so that there's true creation. And so what is happening collectively, in Peru and otherwise, if we can see the bigger picture, knowing that this won't be forever, it won't last, having the faith and knowing that all of this is happening for a reason, and that it's also a mirror to our own selves, how we internally destroying those versions of ourselves that no longer suit us, that we can't carry on into the future. So there is also, they're talking about, the Schumann resonance of the planet Earth that is resonating at a higher and higher frequency. And also that there are solar flares that are coming close and closer to the Earth, that we are in that belt, photon light. And so we are definitely physically being rewired as well, and that is to be known, right? If physically sometimes you feel very drained or very dizzy or symptoms, you have to really listen to your body. You have love your body, number 22 here, and give yourself the best. So that's very much about our own physical body, which indicates us what needs to change in the moment. It's every moment we need to fall from the mind into our body. That is the first step to get the mind to fall, drop into the heart, the true heart, the higher heart. And detox came through as well. So that could have to do with also what are your eating habits. The rabbit actually is abundance. It's a sign of also good luck. But definitely if you listen to your body and you take care of yourself more physically, you will see that perhaps when you get maybe distracted in your mind, coming back to some exercise routine or moving your body or whatever you have to do changes your thought also and helps you get into a more stable state of mind as well. Now, a lot is coming up also when it comes to relationship. We're getting into Valentine's Day as well, whatever that means for you, right? But There's also something that has to do with forgiveness and saying thank you for the little things, right? Perhaps when you're triggered by someone, it really has to do with who you are and what needs to be changed within you. You had here a card saying say thank you. So perhaps there's someone you can say thank you to right now, and that could change your connection with other people, but also you and yourself. And when they talked about love and compassion, that's what it is. It's not letting yourself being walked on or staying in a toxic relationship, but it has to do with how you are as an individual. Aries energy is very strong this year, especially for the twin flame journey. Who you are, your truth, your individuality in the midst of connections. Because that's a true practice, spiritual practice. It's not truly just going into your room and being alone and hermit. I did that for 7 years. And sometimes we need to go through that. But the true practice is truly to test that into the real world, right? The real world. I should say this three-dimensional world, because this is where we are practicing, we are evolving, okay? So there's definitely this third eye awakening happening and enhanced protection for beautiful boundaries. So as you are awakening and you are merging with the divine, this naturally gives you like an aura of light, which sets beautiful boundaries. Those boundaries are not a wall that you put, right? Talking about relationships. It's about how you process your own presence, which is the divine presence. Remember, I am divine presence. How you process that in the midst of the world, right? And where do you find emotional comfort? Talking about the attachment before, the emotional comfort. We talked about the safety before. The safety, perhaps when we get to the point where we understand there is no safety. When we surrender, this Pisces new moon also is going to have to do with this surrender, total surrender, giving it to God, where the only safety is knowing that there's no safety, right? The only permanence is to know that there's no permanence, right? So getting into this balance, and what is truly beautiful is that you will see that as you find this anchoring into the high heart, this opens your heart. And they're talking about special healing for the open-hearted. The open-hearted, again, is not someone who is overgiving. It's someone who has found the love within, okay? When we talked about the third eye awakening as well, I forgot to mention the star seer. Some of you could be connecting. I don't know if you saw about the media as well. They're talking about spaceships that one spaceship I think that recently was seen in Alaska. And so the United States was investigating that. There's going to be more and more of that we're going to see. For those of you who we're connecting with other beings. Don't be shy. This is your time. Align with who you are. And whatever quirkiness you find in yourself, love it. Love them. Okay? Now, talking about this love, we have also this beautiful card. Love is sufficient unto love. Love is sufficient unto love. It's the most beautiful love because there's no... The impersonality of it is not that it's not being felt. It's that it's not just for one person, not for one baby, not for one. No, it's for all children. It's for all humanity. It's a feeling, and this vibration you send out there, and so this vibration will be coming back to you. Okay. You're going through a rapid development, excellence, success. You are definitely on the rise, Pisces, and so. It is definitely time to clear out the clutter. You have the frog spirit here. And make your dreams real. Spider spirit. Connect with the right people, your soul community. For that, you just need to follow what feels good. who you are. Nothing more than that. And not believe your mind, not believe the self-limiting thoughts that can come through from the past. You need to get into the flow. We talked about going for a walk here. You have the earth delights to feel your bare feet, and the winds long to play with your hair. Connect with nature. Okay? Freedom. Song of the siren, the call, summoning voice to acknowledge your voice, who you are. Could be music, but it's really about who you are. Get sensual with yourself. And we got the Mamajocha, which in Quechua here, number 33, has to do with the river. So the mother river, it has to do with water. Water, we're a water sign. It's definitely you, Pisces. But it has to do with purifying, about cleansing what needs to be cleansed. We talked about detox, your body, detoxing your mind, decluttering, and putting the right intention so that it's clear, that your path is clear, and that you get into practice. Now, you just need to do the do. Not judging anything, just every day doing. And you have the seahorse spirit, watch and wait. Still be patient. You know, I have the turtle that came through as well. The turtle spirit has to do with slow and steady wins the race. And so, exactly, you have to go for that. Do without expectations of time, of good or bad. Again, there's no good or bad. There's just conscious or unconscious. What do you choose? How do you choose to live this life? Consciously or unconsciously? Unconsciously means that you let all the memories, all the traumas, all of those subconscious fears drive your life. It's not you. But if you live consciously, you live from love, you live from the truth of who you are, faith, the divine. I am divine presence. Okay, Pisces. And now finishing up, I got a few tarot cards as well. And it has to do with the choice. I see here the lovers, which has to do with the choice energy. Could have to do with a soulmate as well. But you also have the Two of Wands. So this has to do with choosing your path, the unconscious or the conscious. Which path do you choose? You're getting ready, okay? And here we have an angel that is blessing this union, if that resonates with some of you. We have also Knight of Sword. Knight of Sword has to do with communication. That has to do with rapid communication, but also moving forward. It's the fastest knight of the deck. Is once you have chosen your path, you move forward. Nothing can stop you, not even yourself, right? And this Five of Wands, that actually, by the way, came reverse, has to do with all the drama, the ego, all the competition, the comparison, all of that stuff. Leaving that behind. When I clarified it, you got the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. This is the need to work, practice, do the do. Saturn, again, Pisces, has to do with hard work, discipline, so that you can have this new beginning. Following your passion, following your heart. This is fire, action, going for it. And from what place? From Temperance. Temperance has to do with balance within yourself, patience, clarity. If you bathe in divine presence, you are clear. Okay, Pisces. So I will see you very soon. I love you. Please do take care.